Big 5 Classic pod game this afternoon from John Glaser Arena. Hello, everyone, and welcome into WHIP Radio. Alongside Jake Holtzauer, I'm Hayden Banzel. The Temple Owls are looking to clinch their spot in the Big 5 Classic Championship, Jake. Now, we know that the tiebreaker scenario for today is in the net rankings, whoever is higher ranked. But currently, Temple is of the teams that are in their pod. They are the highest ranked team. But I think for them, they just want to get in with a win and leave, knowing that they're going to go to the Big 5 Championship without having to worry about the tiebreaker scenarios.
Absolutely, and the one way they're going to do that this game is to get Tiara East going early. Back-to-back games, she scored double-digit points, so as long as she can continue to lead this team like she's been trying all year, they will find success.
East, the leading scorer for Temple this season, but probably one of the most impactful players for the Owls this season has been the transfer Anissa Rivera. The guard came over from Towson. She was coached by Diane Richardson when she was at Towson. What have you seen from her this season that she's been able to just be so impactful on the court for Temple?
I mean, this is a young team. You're going to have to be able to lead a young team, and for her to come in and to do what she is doing, I mean, it's very impressive because she wasn't here to do that. And another person to highlight going into this game, Kayla Turner, coming off her season high, 15 points on 6 for 9 efficiency. Very, very impressive. And if she can also continue to go and her and Tiara East can bounce back and forth, it'll be a very, very fun game to watch if you're a Temple fan.
Temple on the road this season. They are 2-1 coming into the contest. For LaSalle, when they're at home, Jake, they haven't lost this season, right? This is a brand new kind of redone facility that they've made here at John Glaser Arena. And the Explorers have loved playing here thus far with a 3-0 perfect record.
Yeah, and I mean, also their last 3 games decided by less than 10 points. So Temple going to have to play some very, very good defense as well as some good offense, because LaSalle is a defensive team, which both teams really are.
Yeah, and both teams really good on defense, but the exact opposite when we look at it from the offensive end. Both teams really struggling to shoot the basketball and just put up points, right? We look at Temple and LaSalle, both are averaging just under 35% shooting from the field as a team combined. How effective is it, and how important is it going to be for both teams to really rely on their defense and just try and get transition buckets on offense?
It's very, very important. I mean, the Owls coming off only 17 points scored in the first half. That was their lowest since 2023 against Tulsa. So clearly their offense coming in this game struggling, like you mentioned. And for LaSalle, I mean, their whole memo is defense this season. So it's going to be a very, very tight defensive matchup, and it's not going to be that high scoring of a game. But you never know. They could always switch it up. Game plans can change, but it's going to be very defensive, at least to start this one.
Yeah, and both teams defensively, when we look at Temple, they're holding their opponents to shooting 42%, as is LaSalle. So when we look at the defensive side of things, like, these two teams are very kind of neck and neck, right? Temple only averaging 3 fewer points given up from the defensive side. Both teams, when we look at their three-point shooting from teams, just a 5% differential. They're both averaging around 8 steals per game, both around 3 or 4 blocks per game. So when we look at the defensive side, it's going to be a really tight-knitted battle for both squads.
Absolutely, and it's a bit of a break coming off both teams played last Tuesday, so it is a bit of a big break following fall break for both these teams. Luckily, they're on an even playing field, both playing last Tuesday, but of course, LaSalle coming off of a win and Temple coming off of a loss. How does that really affect both teams going into this game?
It's going to be interesting to see how things bounce back from both squads. And now, when we look at the Temple side, we already mentioned there's key players like Tiara East. But now, let's look over at the Explorers side, right? And man, Ashley Connor, the PA native, transferred over from St. Louis last season, and she has been unbelievable for Mountain McIlvary's squad this season, Jake, averaging over 11 points per game. She leads the team in points, rebounds, assists, three-point percentage, free throw percentage. She really just does it all for LaSalle. How big has she been coming to Philadelphia?
I mean, like we mentioned before, it's a very defensive squad. So if you have that person that you're able to feed the ball to hopefully go get you buckets, then that is a very important dynamic here for LaSalle.
Yeah, and for the redshirt sophomore, she played in 18 games last season for for St. Louis. And then when we look at just the overall impact that Mountain McElberry has had for his Explorer squad this season. They have a bunch of new girls, I should say, coming in. Right, this is a team that lost 4 starters last year. So for them and for Temple, it's really 2 different squads, even dating back to when they faced off against each other just last season.
Absolutely. And then another person to highlight over on LaSalle's side. They have 2 players on this team averaging double digits. Aaliyah Connor, the leading scorer here for this LaSalle squad, averaging 11.7 points per game, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. So it's really that 1-2 combo between those 2. So it's going to be very interesting how Temple defensively guards both those players.
Yeah, and especially for the LaSalle group that's pretty experienced. They have a couple graduates on their teams, a bunch of juniors that are going to be seeing a lot of playing time. They've already seen a lot here throughout the first 7 games of the season for LaSalle. So Temple, they're kind of the opposite, right? Really inexperienced team, inexperienced group of girls, because last year they lost so many key players like Aaliyah Nelson, like Demi Washington. And now Tiara East is kind of filling those shoes, though.
Yeah, and Tiara East, there's going to be some bumps, some cuts, some struggles along the way, which you've seen so far this year, especially going back to that very first game of the season, where it seemed like they were feeding her the ball, but she was passing it instead of taking those open shots that she normally would take when she's a 2 or 3 on a team. But now that she's stepping up to be a number 1, it's very, very tough for that mentality to swap over. But I mean, she had back-to-back games with double digits, so hopefully it's really turning and clicking for her this season.
Starting lineups for LaSalle is Eris Mactoon is going to be starting at the 5. Then we have Asa Magesa, Joanne Quinn, Ashley Connor, and Mackenzie Daliba. For the Explorers. For Temple, it's Tristan Taylor, Tiara East, Anissa Rivera, Inez Piper, and Tariana Gary. Temple donning their cherry uniforms with white that spelled Temple across the top of the chest. Then for LaSalle, they are wearing their white home jerseys that say Explorers. And a quick bucket there for Jalissa Molina right after Temple won the tip just 9 seconds in.
Wow, yeah, that was very impressive for Molina to cut straight into the basket right away.
Here is Mactoon driving in on the right side with the right hand. It's no good. Tariana Gary gets the rebound and she's pushing it up the court, but her pass is intercepted by Alyssa Magesa. Connor dribbling it up the floor, swings it to the near side, down low, and a good pass there by the big lady, Mackenzie Delabia. Her first assist of the game, only averaging 2 on the season, but she gets one early there.
Very loud here in the arena so far.
LaSalle undefeated at home this season. Tristan Taylor driving in on the right side, and her layup is no good, rebounded by the Explorers.
Yeah, and there's the defense showing up there. A very good contest in the paint on that shot. But if you're Temple, you got to score early. You got to score that one right away.
Ashley Connor brings the ball up, now gives it over to the far side for Magesa. Delabia backing down Jalissa Molina, drops it off inside, and the ball was lost and taken away by the Owls. Magesa couldn't handle it. Tristan Taylor walking up the floor. Gives it down low to Rivera, to Oliver. Oliver gives it to East, who drives on the far side. Her layup is no good. Jalissa Molina with the offensive rebound, and she is fouled, and she'll head to the line for 2.
Yeah, it's very easy to see so far, even really early into this game, that the defense is going to be prevalent for both teams. I mean, Temple over there getting their first steal of the game. Expect a couple more of those. And over on this side from LaSalle, they're playing very, very physical press defense, and that shows with the foul right here.
Temple moving from left to right in this first half. Jalissa Molina, who is 4 of 6 from the line this season, is now 4 of 7 as she misses the first attempt.
Yeah, they're really expecting Molina to step up this season, but unfortunately she's only averaging 4 points a game. It's very rough so far offensively.
A sophomore from the Netherlands has started in every game for the Owls this season. Ashley Connor, and she missed both of them.
Yeah, I mean, she's one of the big defensive players here on this Temple squad. That's why she's in there every day.
And now Tiara East gets called for a foul down low, trying to guard the 5'8" guard, Adina Webster. That is East's first foul. Just under 2 minutes gone by here at John Glaser Arena. Scores tied up at 2 apiece. And there's a good bucket there from Adina Webster.
Yeah, a little floater there, and almost a steal. Yeah, Webster there broke down into the middle and just floated it over the defense. It was a very, very nice shot.
That was Mactoon, and now former WHIP member Jacob Smedley had to grab the basketball to get it to Tiara East, so he's got to be ready to shoot too, I guess. Tiara East working down low, gives it down to Oliver. Oliver, post move, and she gets the bucket to go.
Offense.
Tough move there from Anissa Rivera.
Think Smedley could hit both those free throws?
I'd say he could hit at least one.
Nice.
I don't know if he's hitting both. Driving in from the left side with the right hand is DeLabia. LaSalle retakes the lead at 6-4.
That was a nice lay. Put it up with her right hand.
Tristan Taylor signaling out a play for her team. Gives it to Tariana Gary. She lines up the three, and it's no good.
Yeah, the efficiency.
Mactoon gets the rebound, and a whistle blows at the traveling call there on Mackenzie DeLabia, who was getting ready to shoot. DeLabia, the graduate student, played the last 4 seasons at Fairfield, including an NCAA tournament game last year against Indiana. Talk about just some of that experience that LaSalle brings to the floor. Taylor bringing up the ball for Temple. Gets a screen to her right from Oliver. Uses it, now gives it back to Tariana Gary. Gary working on Joanne Quinn. Now here's Jalissa Molina. Then the mid-range jumper is pure for Jalissa Molina.
That's what you like to see from Molina. I mean, she's struggling offensively, so as long as she can get herself going, that's going to be a very big weapon for Diana Richardson to eventually unlock here later into the season.
Things knotted up at 6. Connor, best player for LaSalle, gives it to Mactoon. Mactoon, guarded by East, gives it up for DeLabia, being guarded by Oliver or Rivera. Her shot, no good. Tristan Taylor pushing the floor, gives it on the far side for Tiara East. East driving in on the left side, goes up with the ball and lost it. And it's taken by Connor.
Another great defensive play from LaSalle.
Here is Mactoon again. We've heard her name a lot. Her jumper is no good. Off the back of the iron. Rebounded by East, and she's pushing the floor. Tiara East working on Eris Mactoon. Her step back jumper is no good, and rebounded by LaSalle. 4 minutes gone by here in the first quarter. Connor driving in and just goes up for the layup, but no good. From 2 feet out, she misses the jump shot, and Temple gets us a break.
Yeah, it seems like she faked the pass on that one, but then she went up with it.
East got the labia jumping, and she banks it in with the one-handed layup, 4-2 to give Temple the lead.
Pump fake from 3, rushing into the lane, and it got the easy 2.
We've got the 6-foot DeLabia jumping, and there is Oliver on the rejection. And we'll get some substitutions. Oliver, after the block, is going to come out for Temple, and a bunch of LaSalle girls hop off as well.
4 of them. Mass substitution here for LaSalle.
Like a hockey line change. Anissa Rivera spells Oliver's name. Now here's Perlizik, one of the LaSalle Explorers that just checked in. Gives it in to Joanne Quinn. Quinn being guarded by Tristan Taylor at the top of the key. Gives it over to the far side for Irene Garcia. Garcia down low for Perlizik, and she lost the basketball, and it's going to stay with LaSalle, and that is going to send us to our first break. 4:56 left to play in the first quarter. Temple up on LaSalle, 8-6. Let's take a look at our head coaching matchup for today for Diane Richardson. In her third season with the Owls, a 34-33 record took Temple to the semifinals of the AAC tournament last season. On the other side for LaSalle, Mountain McElberry in his 7th season at the helm of the Explorers with a 75-108 record. He's 0-4 though against Temple in his lifetime and 0-2 against Diane Richardson. LaSalle with the ball inbounds and on the far side. Shot clock down to 13. Jumper is no good. Rebound, fight for it. It ends up in the hands of Taylor. That was Mactoon on the miss, Jay. Gary in the corner, 4-3. No good, too strong. Rebounded by LaSalle. Pushing it up the court for Mactoon. Aris Mactoon being guarded by Tiara East. Driving in, now kicks it out. There's a 3-ball, and it's good for the lead. Irene Garcia knocks down her first shot of the game, and it gives LaSalle a 9-8 advantage.
Yeah, Garcia on the season here has not actually played too many games. It's only her 5th game of the season, so clearly they want her to get back into the groove and step up, especially from 3-point range.
Yep, had just 2 points total on the season. She topped it with just 1 shot as Mactoon driving in gets fouled by, it looked like, Tristan Taylor.
Yeah, I was looking at the stat sheet, and when it said 2 points total, I was like, wow, that can't be right. So definitely a bit confusing there, but yeah, she's back in on the court here and definitely helping LaSalle early.
Aris Mactoon, the sophomore, at the free throw line. She makes the first one. Now 4 of 7 from the line this season. Salle up 10-8, 3:44 in the first quarter. And the second free throw is no good, off the front of the rim and rebounded by Anissa Rivera. Tristan Taylor brings the ball up quickly, gets it down low. Jalissa Molina was wide open, but she was unable to convert on the layup as some Explorers came in right at the last second. Perlazic gives it to Connor. Connor now being guarded by Rivera. The top of the key. Driving in. Throws it back to Mactoon. Her shot no good off the back of the iron. Fight for the rebound, and it's Molina who comes up with it, the 6'2 forward. Taylor quickly driving in. The Euro step, and she is fouled.
Yeah, that was a great rebound there by Molina to set up eventually this fouled shot. Molina really has to learn how to use her size as she gets older. Only averaging 2 rebounds on the season, so she definitely needs to step up in that regard, which she has so far.
Legesa and DeLabia check in for LaSalle along with Joanne Quinn as Tristan Taylor knocks down her first free throw. Taylor, the sophomore this season for Temple, is shooting 6 of 8 and now 6 of 9 from the line this season as she misses the second one. Connor with the ball on the near side, being guarded by Taylor. Connor dribbling with her left. Now goes to her right, backing down Taylor, and she lost the basketball. Taken by Rivera. Pass down low for East. Wow. A great pass by Anissa Rivera to find Tiara East.
That was insane. Great defense over by Temple to eventually make LaSalle lose the ball, and then a great bounce pass into the lane for a wide open 2.
And credit the defense too from Taylor as Connor was backing her down. She was having none of it.
Yeah, that was great defense by Taylor.
Magesa gives it to DeLabia, and she is fouled. She'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
She hits both, she'll take the lead.
Temple up by 1, 2:27 left in this first quarter as Tristan Taylor gonna come out for the first time today. Kayla Turner spells her name, the transfer from Alabama A&M. She's played in 5 of Temple's 6 games this season. And the free throw from DeLabia is good. DeLabia 6 of 8 from the charity stripe.
And as I said when we were introducing the game today, she is coming off her season high 15 points. So her coming off the bench hopefully can spark this Temple offense.
DeLabia unable to get the roll on the second free throw, so we're knotted up at 11. Here comes Turner. Turner quickly down the floor. Passes it out to East. Tiara East working DeLabia, driving in on the left side, throwing it off the backboard, and it's no good. Molina with the offensive board. Kick out for Turner. Her three off the back of the iron. Trying another offensive rebound, and we're going to get a jump ball call, and it's going to head the Explorers' way.
Yeah, that's a great shot for Turner to take there. Unfortunately, she did not hit it this time, but coming off of her season high. I mean, with the break being so long because of our fall break, it makes sense that she needs to get back into the groove from her last game.
Savannah Curry checks in for Tariana Gary, as does Amaya Oliver for Jalissa Molina. 2 minutes left to play here in the first quarter from John Glaser Arena. Connor gives it to Quinn. Joanne Quinn gets out of a double team, being guarded by Turner now. Spin move. Pass down low, a great cut and finish there from Perlisic.
That was a great pass. That looked like shades of Nikola Jokic there, going in between the legs through Temple defender to get the guy down low.
Right after the spin move too, a great job there by the LaSalle offense. Here's Turner driving in, and she got blocked by Quinn, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's off of Turner.
Seems like Turner tried to get the foul call there because she kind of like flopped onto the floor. But unfortunately, there was no foul call for her, and it's going to be LaSalle's ball.
Connor bringing it up for LaSalle. Being guarded by Turner, who picks her up right at 3/4 court. Almost got her to cause a 10-second violation. Now Connor drives in, fades away from about 5 feet away, and her shot is no good, and it goes out of bounds.
Yeah, you can tell very early already, just here towards the end of the first quarter, that the defensive presence for both teams is elite. Both teams having a very tough time chucking up shots and even getting down low to try to get the easy shots.
Yep, both teams shooting under 36% here in the game, and both teams are averaging on the season under 35%. So we knew offense has been a struggle for both ends, and there is an offensive foul on Amaya Oliver as Ashley Connor went flying to the floor when she tried to set a screen.
And that's what these teams do defensively. They know the tricks and trades of the game, and just plant your feet, get a charge, and it's going to be an offensive foul almost every time.
So the foul is on Oliver. That is her first, as Joanne Endarvis is ready to check in the ball.
Yeah, both coaches shown that they are not afraid to use their bench, especially really early in this game.
Here's Quinn. Quinn to the left side, just blows by Oliver, and her layup trickles home. LaSalle up by 4, 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Turner gives it to Tiara East. Maya Oliver trying to work down low for the ball, gives it over to Savannah Curry. Curry's shot is good. Savannah Curry, her first bucket of the game, cuts the lead to 2, and the shot clock is off. 20 seconds left to play. Connor will hold for the last shot for LaSalle. Connor picks up her dribble, now gives it over to the far side where Magesa is. Magesa to Perlisic.
Missed somebody wide open in the paint off the pick and roll.
Looking for Quinn, a great cut down low, just blew the layup. Was DeLabia, and the second opportunity no good. Mackenzie DeLabia had a great opportunity to just finish on a layup, but was unable to convert. And at the end of one, it's LaSalle over Temple, 15-13. We'll be right back here for second quarter action on WHIP. Welcome back into John Glaser Arena. Temple and LaSalle playing in the Big 5 Pod Classic game. LaSalle up 15-13 at the end of one. Rivera, East, Oliver, Curry, and Turner, the 5 on the floor for the Owls. Turner with the ball now gets double teamed, backs out of it. Turner calls out a play, swings it over to Curry to her left. Now to Oliver. Here's a 3-ball, no good. Bricked it, but the rebound comes flying to Turner. She pulls up from the free throw line, no good. Another offensive rebound for Temple. Boy, they've been dominating on the offensive glass, and it looks like Rivera just hurt herself, hobbling off of her ankle and just walking, or hobbling back to the bench rather. Not a good look for Anissa Rivera. She just went right off to the bench on her left foot, so it's her right ankle that it looked like she might have turned as Jalissa Molina comes in for her.
Yeah, she probably landed on it wrong after the shot because she was limping for some time after that.
Tiara East working the baseline, and her pass taken away by Joan Quinn.
Yeah, we hope that she's okay on the bench. She did come off on her own power, which is nice, but only on her left foot because she couldn't put any weight on that right foot.
Yeah, and that's going to be a huge factor for Temple, especially on the defensive end. If she is not able to come back in this game, she leads the team in both steals and blocks coming into this afternoon's matchup. Tiara East running the floor for Temple, still trailing by 2. Minute gone by here in the second quarter. East throws it over to Molina. Molina down low for Oliver. Amaya Oliver shot on the paint, no good. Rebounded by the Explorers, and they're pushing the floor. Quinn on the right side, dumps it down low, and the bucket is good there for Alyssa Magesa. We've seen LaSalle get a lot of good looks down low thus far, Jake.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job pounding that paint, and they're really attacking the bigs here. I mean, Molina, she has been struggling this season as a starter.
Curry in the corner for a 3. Her shot is airballed.
Yeah, Temple yet to hit a 3. I believe that's their 5th 3 of the game that they've missed.
And
good block,
though. Shot is rejected by Turner. How about that, Kayla Turner?
And Turner, by the way, the shortest person on this team, 5'6", getting up there for the block. So that's a very good sight to see, as it looks like a couple more substitutions here for Temple. Tiara East coming off. Oh no, sorry, she was going to the bench, but.
So inbound it by LaSalle down low. Now driving in is Magesa, and she is fouled.
Yeah, I think that was a good move to sit East here for Coach Richardson, because when they came back onto the court and Richardson chose to bring out Turner and East, I thought it was a very interesting decision because they're both playmakers when they're on the court, and they're also the player to put up the shots when they need it. So it was interesting that Coach Rich decided to bring both of them on, but now Tiara East did go to the bench.
Aisha Magesa, a 53% free throw shooter this season, and stays true as she misses the first one.
According to her stats, though, she will make the second one, so let's see.
Let's see if they prove us wrong.
Oof.
And it is. She misses it, but an offensive rebound by Mactoon. Mactoon, jumper
nice
from
shot.
The baseline is money. And LaSalle has its biggest lead of the afternoon at 6. Turner again quickly running up the floor, the Euro step to get by Quinn, and finishing with the right hand.
2 amazing looking shots back to back. The floater jump shot from LaSalle, and then Turner on that Euro step looked very, very clean.
Quinn swings it over to the near side. A 3-ball, no good.
That step back would have been nasty.
Fight for the ball. We're going to get a jump ball. That's going to favor LaSalle.
Second one of the game.
We'll have some substitutions for the Explorers as Armendariz checks out.
Gary also checking out. That's another starter coming off the court for the Owls.
LaSalle inbounding it down low behind their own basket. Gets it in for Mactoon. Mactoon fade away is no good. And it's rebounded by Amaya Oliver. Tristan Taylor with the ball at the top of the key. Drops it off for Celine Cedeno, who checked in for the first time today. The drive in, and Kayla Turner again.
I'll tell you what, Turner's picking up where she left off with her season high last game. She is definitely showing out here for the Owls so far.
Turner averaging 6 points per game on the season for the Owls. And already this afternoon, she's got 4.
Yeah, she's picking up where she left off from the last game. And she's definitely showing out to be a potential offensive threat going further into the season off the bench.
So LaSalle ball up by 2, 6:43 in the second. Perlizik inbounds it for DeLabia. DeLabia driving in on Oliver. Good defense there, and contest by Amaya Oliver to force the missed shot. Turner again quickly going up the floor. She's just gonna drive right in. Pull-up jumper is good. Kayla Turner, are you feeling it?
Yeah, she is. She has not missed a shot in quite some time now.
Turner has just been money thus far. Mactoon driving in,
Good
looking
defense.
for DeLabia. It's batted away, but it comes to Connor. Her 3 ball is money. Ashley Connor, the ball just found her way, and she was able to knock down the first 3 for LaSalle in the afternoon.
Yeah, Temple is still looking for one. Oliver almost hit it, but she missed.
Offensive rebound, though, for Temple. Molina drives in on the left side and banks it home.
Yeah, Molina using her big body to create space on that shot, which she did, and she ended up hitting it.
22-21 in favor of the Explorers. 5:30 left to play here in the first half. Pass down low, Connor. Again, she's got LaSalle's last 5 points as she banks in the layup on the left side. East driving in on Connor. She fell to the floor. East unable to hit on the jumper. Another offensive rebound. Turner from straightaway 3 is unable to connect as the ball rolls out of bounds. And LaSalle takes over.
Yeah, Temple has yet to hit a 3 in this game, and it seems like they're continuing to try to get that first one, just chucking up 3 after 3 now.
Tristan Taylor in to spell Kayla Turner's name. Quinn bringing up the ball now for LaSalle, being guarded by East. Quinn, pass to the paint, finds Connor, open for 3 again. Ashley Connor, back-to-back triples. She's 2 of 2 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, she's feeling it right now, and I wouldn't doubt her getting up at least 1 or 2 more shots before this half ends.
Connor's got the last 8 points for LaSalle, who are now up by 6. Here is Cedeno, pull up, long range 2 is good for Kellyanne Cedeno, her first bucket of the day.
Wow, I was confused when she took that shot because there's 2 women on her, but she actually found her spot and hit the shot, which I'm very impressed on. Great shot.
27-23. Here is Perlizik. Gives it to Connor, their go-to man. Back to Perlizik on the near side. Backing down Jalissa Molina, now kicks it out to Quinn with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gonna have to make a move. Back down low, and the shot was just forced, no good. And the rebound is gathered by Tiara East. East pushes it. Tristan Taylor, 3 ball is good. Tristan Taylor cuts the lead to 1, her first 3-point bucket of the game.
Temple's first 3-point bucket of the game.
Yeah.
Took them for a quarter and some change, but they eventually hit it. And let's see if that sparks the offense even more.
Temple now just 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, LaSalle is 3 of 4. Big part of that reason is Connor, who heaves up another one. Heat check was no good.
Yeah, she was feeling herself.
Offensive rebound by Quinn. She finds Mactoon. Her shot no good. Fight for the board again. LaSalle ends up with it, and they miss another 3. Now East pushing the floor, driving straight to the basket. She is fouled. Count the basket and 1 for Tiara East.
Wow, great transition offense there for Temple. Tiara East going up on the 2-on-1, and she ended up hitting the shot.
And that is going to send us to a timeout with a Tiara East free throw awaiting. Temple retakes the lead after being down as much as 6. We'll be right back here with 3:10 left to play in the second quarter here on WHIP. Welcome back into WHIP's second quarter here from John Glaser Arena. Temple up 28-27 after Tiara East was able to just drive coast to coast and pick up a foul and one. The foul was on Ashley Connor. For Connor, that's just her first foul of the afternoon. Tiara East this season, Temple's leading point scorer, and she makes the free throw to give herself 7. She leads Temple in scoring points with 7.
Yeah, she's looking to make it 3 games in a row with double-digit points.
29-27, 3 minutes left to play in the half. Connor gives it to Mactoon. Mactoon driving in on the left side, going up with the right, no good. Rebounded by the Owls. Turner pushing the floor. Now looking to kick it out, gives it to Celine. Down low. And shot no good there by Felicia Jacobs. Connor with the ball, gives it over to Mactoon. Mactoon for Perlazic. Swings it over to the near side. There's a 3 from Quinn. No good, rebounded by Cedeno. Turner pushing the floor. And now she'll slow things down. Give it over, Cedeno, wanted the 3.
Wow.
Got the 3. Cedeno, her first shot of the game, gives Temple a 5-point advantage. It's their biggest lead of the afternoon.
Yeah, Temple's going with a really offensive court here with their players, but the freshman, Cedeno, gives up that shot.
Cedeno, yep, she got beat, tried to steal, and it just left Mactoon wide open for the jumper. Cedeno, hot hand, no good from beyond the arc, and rebounded by Perlazic. Quinn pushing the floor. Temple up by 3. Less than 2 minutes left to play in the half. Quinn uses the screen to her right from Perlazic. Driving in with the left hand. She blew the lefty layup. Something that Coach Mountain McElberry is not going to appreciate, just missing wide open left-handed layups.
Yeah, Cedeno with that rebound there.
And good to see Anissa Rivera back on the floor for Temple, and she drops an assist down low.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if they taped up that ankle at all. You can't really see on the outside of her shoe, but they definitely could have taped it up a little bit.
And there's a screen and an offensive foul called on LaSalle. It's Armendariz gets called using a screen. She was moving while she did it. And we're going to have some substitutions with 64 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yeah, Sedano, the freshman, moving to the bench here. And it's very interesting to see that this young of a team, you can obviously tell they're really young when they're giving a freshman significant minutes with the chance to shoot threes.
Tiara East with the ball. Temple under a minute left to play. Rivera gives it back to East. East to Turner. Turner, she leads all Temple scores with 8. Fading away, and she got fouled by Magesa. And Kayla Turner is going to head to the line to the charity stripe for 2.
Yeah, Temple has a really good chance to try to pull away and to end this first half here with these 2 shots.
Turner, her first free throw is up and good. Kayla Turner this season from the free throw line, just 1 of 2, so now she's 2 of 3. And make it 3 of 4. So Kayla Turner connects on a pair. Ashley Connor gonna come in and spell for Mackenzie DeLabia.
Yeah, Connor just getting a little bit of rest, but obviously one of the best 3-point shooters on the court today. So you definitely want her in there for the last 40 seconds here.
40 seconds, 25 on the shot clock, a 15-second differential from the shot and game clock. Looks like LaSalle's just gonna hold for 1 though. Mactoon goes up with it down low and gets fouled by, it looked like, Anissa Rivera, and that's who it was called on.
Yeah, very interesting. They chose to not really chew the clock there as they went pretty quick into the lane there to put up a shot. And now Temple has a decision to see how long they want to hold the ball for after these 2 free throws.
Mactoon 1 of 2 from the free throw line today. She's got 5 points overall, and she misses the first attempt here. 31.2 seconds on the game clock, so 1.2 second differential from the shot and game clock. So Temple is probably just going to hold for 1 after this free throw that is made by Mactoon.
Yeah, we'll see what the Temple offense does here. They can hold the shot into one of the last couple seconds of the half, or they can put up a shot and try to get a score.
And pass was nearly stolen away by Mactoon, intended for Rivera by East. It goes out of bounds. It will stick with Temple. Turner with 20 seconds left to play.
About a second difference on the shot clock here.
If that. Turner down low for Rivera. She goes up with it, and she makes it. 38-30 Temple.
Safe to say that ankle's looking pretty good, huh?
They've got their biggest lead of the game. It's 8 with 2 seconds. Connor throws up the 3. No good. And Temple heads into the halftime locker room with its biggest lead of the afternoon at the end of half number 1 here from John Glaser Arena. The Owls up 38-30 over the Explorers. We'll be right back here on WHIP for some second half action between the Owls and the Explorers. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to John Glaser Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania here on WHIP Radio. Jake Holtzauer alongside myself, Hayden Banzel. And boy, what a second quarter for Temple. They came in trailing by 2 points. They ended up scoring 25 points in that quarter, the most that they've scored in a single quarter this season thus far on the early season. And it gave them an 8-point halftime lead. And this season, Jake, when Temple is up at halftime, they're 1-0. So it's only the second time that they've kind of had this comfortable lead at half, but the only time they did it was on the road at Delaware, and they took care of what they had to do. Yeah,
a big reason why Temple is leading in this game so far is the benches for both teams. Both teams utilizing their benches very, very well so far in this game. Not afraid to get different players out on the court. But Temple's bench is outscoring LaSalle's 19-5. That is a huge difference, Hayden.
Yeah, and I think not only is it really Temple's bench, Jake, but Kayla Turner herself coming off the bench for Temple. She is outscoring the entire Explorer bench. Turner 10 points on 4 of 8 shooting in that first half. Was 0 of 2 from beyond the arc, but Jake, she's really starting to turn things up, right? She led the team in points last game with 15, and she's leading them in points. And she's the leading scorer in the game thus far with her 10 points in that first half.
Absolutely, and if you're LaSalle here, you're still in that 10-point range where most of your wins have come from, so you just got to keep it as close as possible. But as soon as it gets out of that 10-point range, look for LaSalle to really start trying to get back into the rhythm of it.
East, Gary, Oliver on the floor for Temple, along with Molina and Taylor, the 5 on the floor for the Owls. Temple moving from right to left. It's LaSalle with the ball after a missed shot from East. Connor gives it to DeLabia.
They're going to have to give it to Connor if they want to come back in this one.
Connor had 8 points in that first half. She had 8 consecutive points for LaSalle. That was all she had. A great pass down low. Again, Temple gets beat backdoor. Magesa finds Mactoon to cut the lead to 6.
Yeah, that was great movement there from LaSalle, but surprisingly, Temple's actually leading the game with points in the paint. 20-14, 20-16 now, so it's going to be very interesting to see what both teams do in the paint for the rest of this game.
And I think a big reason, part of that, Jake, is because LaSalle has missed a lot of their open layups that they've been granted opportunities for, and even just taking it with contact, too, they haven't been able to finish well.
Yeah, Temple actually, surprisingly, 43% field goal percentage here to LaSalle's only 33, which is right in lane for them.
And there's a bucket made, Temple by Tristan Taylor. Back up to 8 is the lead. Slows things down. DeLabia driving in, trying to thrift it in there from Magesa. Loose ball, but it comes up for LaSalle. Here is a Mactoon jumper, no good. Gary couldn't catch the rebound. It comes to Connor. Connor missed it, got her own rebound, and her floater is good.
Yeah, just like you said, Hayden, they're missing a lot of the easier layups, but they eventually got they got 2 rebounds to eventually get the floater to drop.
And now Temple with the ball. Taylor gives it to Molina, and 3 Owls are now waiting to check in. Kayla Turner, Felicia Jacobs will check in at the next dead ball. Gary driving in with the left hand, no good. Terriana Gary scoreless in this one thus far. Tiara East blocks away the long pass. Taylor comes up with it. Tristan Taylor moving down the floor on the right side, trying to push it home, unable to do so. Back and forth we go the other way. Good ball movement, finds Connor, open in the corner for 3. Her shot's off to the right, rebounded by the Owls. Gary will slow things down now.
Yeah, Connor off of that 3-point shot there, she really didn't get her full formation. She had to rush it a little bit, which is why she missed.
Taylor signals out of play. Now East with it at the top of the key. Picks up her dribble now at the top, gets it back to Taylor. Inadvertent pass. Now trying to find Molina down low. We're going to have a jump ball. Great job there by Ashley Connor to come in with the 6'8 Jalissa Molina, or excuse me, the 6'2 Jalissa Molina, and get a jump ball in favor of LaSalle.
Yeah, Molina, usually one of the tallest women on the courts at all times. Connor did a very good job to force that turnover there. But going back to what you said, Hayden, about the second chance points for LaSalle, them missing a lot of the open shots, they're actually currently out rebounding offensively to Temple. 12-6, LaSalle's leading in that stat.
Mactoon lost the dribble, but it floated right over to Magesa. Magesa with 8 on the shot clock. They're going to have to make a move soon. Trying to find Quinn down low, and she gets fouled with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Might have been a break for Temple, though, because she had Aris Mactoon wide open.
Yeah, it seems like LaSalle is doing. They ran that play again where there's going to be a wide open woman in the paint, and it looks like Temple's pretty much giving that up at this point because Coach Richardson has realized that they have been missing a lot of the open shots down low. But also, the press defense is really showing out here for Temple.
And great job there on the inbounds pass. Turner got her hands on it, so it stopped an easy bucket from DeLabia. Now Mactoon still with it, driving in, looking for a cutting Magesa, and the whistle blows.
That's what happens when you do play that press defense, though. You get a little handsy, you get very up close, and fouls are going to be starting to come off very, very quickly.
And Diane Richardson is going to use her first timeout here in the second half. With 6:38 left to go, we'll keep things here for Temple. Jake, they're just going to have to stop those easy passes down low. I know we just harped on it, but because LaSalle hasn't been doing a good job of finishing, but if they can just eliminate that and kind of force LaSalle to shoot it, that's where they're uncomfortable, that's going to be critical.
Absolutely, but I think Coach Richardson, she could be potentially going over that right now. But the thing is, I think she realized that LaSalle is missing those easy shots, and you might as well get them to try to force those easy shots that you think they would make every time. But it's a mental thing now with LaSalle. If they don't hit the easy shots, they're going to continue not to hit them. But you have to walk a fine line if you're Coach Richardson, because eventually they will hit it, which will eventually start running up LaSalle's score.
Yeah, but LaSalle 34 points in the game. Here in this third quarter, they've put up just 4 to Temple's 2. So LaSalle outscoring Temple thus far early in the third quarter. And then when we look at just the stats from the team overall this quarter, right, you have Temple shooting 1 of 4, LaSalle is 2 of 5. So each team has missed 3 shots thus far from the field, but it's the offensive rebounds that's allowing LaSalle to get some more shots up. And Jake, as you mentioned, they've been doing that throughout the game. 2 more offensive rebounds for LaSalle just in this third quarter alone.
Absolutely, and a big thing with those rebounds is the sophomore, Jalissa Molina. She really does need to step up. She has been struggling in that regard. The tallest woman on the court, you expect her to get the most rebounds, but unfortunately that isn't the case here in this situation. But what Temple has got to continue to do, which they haven't really done all season, is to continue to score and run these points up. Try to get as far away as possible against LaSalle, because LaSalle, again, 3 of their wins this season have come within 10 points. So LaSalle closing that gap so far here in the second half. It's 40-34, only a 6-point lead now for Temple. But their field goal percentage for Temple is at 42%, which is a whole almost 10% more than what they've been shooting all season long. So they got to continue to keep pushing the gas pedal.
Yeah, definitely just going to want to keep pushing it. The South team that has had experience, as you mentioned, in just some of these closer games. 6-point game here with 6:38 left in the third quarter. It's East, Felicia Jacob, Iola, Tiara East, Cedeno, Turner, and Anissa Rivera out on the floor for the Owls. For the Explorers, it's Quinn, Magesa, Connor out on the floor for them, and an easy inbound pass, Jake, right when we talked about, all right on key, Aris Mactoon, wide open layup.
Yeah, I mean, LaSalle's gonna keep targeting it. They know that it's not a fluke that they're getting these shots up. They just unfortunately are missing the shots. Great steal there. Temple
turns it over, but Anissa Rivera takes it right back. Kayla Turner in the corner for 3. You betcha. Kayla Turner, her first bucket of the second half, her first 3 of the game, gives Temple a 7-point lead. 4 minutes gone by here in the quarter. Connor looking to give it up. Finds DeLabia. DeLabia to Mactoon. Mactoon with her left hand. Looking to pass it out. Finds DeLabia. Her long-range jumper is connected with Mackenzie DeLabia.
I think Coach Richardson, with bringing in Felicia Jacobs and sitting Melina, I believe that is her trying to adjust to the paint defense, because just like Melina, Jacobs is also 6'2", but the only difference is that Jacobs is a freshman compared to Melina being here for one more year. So a lot less experienced of a player.
Turner drives into the right side, takes the jumper, unable to get it to go. East fight for the rebound, but it's swallowed up by DeLabia.
Wide open.
Quinn, 3-ball.
Air ball.
Too strong. Ball goes out of bounds. It is off of Magesa, who is trying to just keep it in after the air ball. But it will go the way of the Owls.
Yeah, if I'm LaSalle here, I'm going to try to keep feeding Connor. She obviously was the hot hand there in the first half. You're going to have to keep giving her the ball if you want them to try to keep chipping at this lead that Temple has.
Pishalak and Armendariz check back in for LaSalle as Connor takes the ball away.
That was hard to watch. Dana was wide open.
Now a touchdown throw and a touchdown connection. Connor to Quinn for 2, and it cuts the lead to 3.
Just like I said, give Connor the ball and she's going to make things happen.
Kayla Turner gives it to East. East working on Pishalak. Driving in. Holds up her dribble and whistle blows. I believe it's a 3-second violation.
Wow.
Called on Kayla Turner. Looked like it's who it was called on. So we'll take a quick break and be right back here on WHIP. Temple up by 3, under 4.5 left to play here at LaSalle. Welcome back to the third quarter here on WHIP. Temple versus LaSalle. Big 5 pod game in Philadelphia. LaSalle with the ball trailing by 3. They've trailed as much as 8 here with 4:15 left to play in the third quarter. Magesa drops it down low, and that bucket is finished by Pisholak.
This LaSalle offense has come alive here in the second half, while the Temple offense kind of cooled down a little bit.
1 point game. Turner fades away, drops it down low for Rivera. Anissa Rivera driving in with the left hand, fades away. Shot is off the front of the rim, and it goes out of bounds. Explorers basketball.
Seems like Coach Richardson off the timeout is going a little bit of a smaller lineup. No Molina out there, no Jacobs out there, not many 6-footers out there at the moment.
LaSalle can take their first lead of the quarter. Here's a three. Pisholak, you bet! Anissa Rivera tried to come in and steal it, and it costed her.
Yeah, for the lead too, and that was cold. She ice in the veins. She looked directly at the bench. As Molina's now sitting ready to get checked in, it seems like Richardson has had enough of the bigs currently.
The first three made of the game for Pisholak. Here's East, working on her. Drives in, falls to the floor, no whistle called, and it's Connor who comes up with it. Quinn driving in with her left hand, going all the way, can't make the layup. Cedeno ends up with it. 2 Owls fall to the floor along with Quinn. No whistle blown.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like half the Owls team right there were on the floor, but
they literally went flying.
Yeah, they actually
except
did.
Not to the sky.
No.
East with it. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Bad pass taken by Pisholak, and she is going to bank it home on the wide open layup to give LaSalle a 4-point advantage.
Yeah, that was smart by her. She slowed down, realizing there wasn't anyone behind her, so she didn't rush the easy shot.
LaSalle just stepped up here defensively, and that's helping them out on the offensive end. Here is Anissa Rivera. Rivera driving in, trying to just be a physical force of nature that she is. Banking it home, cutting the lead to 2.
Yeah, cutting that lead to 2. Unfortunately, Temple, the largest lead of this game so far, 8 minutes and 57 seconds. But with that 3-point shot that LaSalle hit just a couple minutes ago, it took away that lead, and now LaSalle is leading for the first time since, I believe, the first half.
Pisholak on the near side on the wing. Gives it over to Magesa. Magesa being guarded by Rivera, drives in, no good. And a foul is called. It's going to go against LaSalle as Rivera swallowed up the rebound.
Mass substitution coming in for Temple.
Yep, Tristan Taylor and Jalissa Molina are going to check in along with Drew Alexander for the first time this afternoon. The redshirt freshman has played in 5 games this year for the Owls, seeing her first action here with under 2 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Temple trailing by 2. So a big 2 minutes here.
Yeah, Temple blew their 8-point lead going into this half, and now they're actually trying to run it.
Amaya Oliver trying to do it again. She gets fouled. Had 3 LaSalle defenders swallowing her up. And she's able to draw the foul, and she'll head to the charity stripe for 2 and a shot to tie the game.
Yeah, LaSalle's offensive explosion happened so fast because Temple was up by 8 going into the half, and now Temple looks up and they're trailing by 2. It was a very, very quick turnaround for LaSalle. But if you are a fan of LaSalle, that's a very very good thing for them.
Maya Oliver, the 5th-year transfer out of Loyola Marymount, 4 of 7 from the free throw line this season. And her first one of the afternoon is good.
She could tie it here.
1:26 here in the third quarter.
Let's see if this home court advantage comes in effect here.
It does not. Oliver hits both of them and knocks things up, 47 apiece, under 90 to play in the third. Quinn forces it pass inside of the paint for Magesa, and there is a foul called against Temple that is going to send Magesa to the line with an opportunity to retake the lead.
Yeah, I think a big part of this lead is look at the field goal percentage. It jumped up 5 points for LaSalle going into the second half, up to 38% now, which both teams are actually out officiate. I don't know how to word that, but basically their efficiencies have gone up from their season totals.
We've had 6 ties and 7 lean changes as the first free throw from Glaser is no good. A game that's been back and forth. Temple's biggest lead was 8. LaSalle's biggest lead was 6. Glaser trying to retake the lead for them. From the free throw line, she misses both of them, and it's going to be Oliver who ends up with it, grabbing the rebound in the corner.
Yeah, and this game, 33% from free throw.
Turner to Alexander, her first shot of the game, no good. She just checked in, and the ball goes out of bounds. LaSalle basketball with 1 minute left to play here in the third.
Temple's free throw percentage, 66% towards LaSalle's only 30%. So that's definitely a big storyline heading close into the fourth quarter at the end of the third here.
Quinn trying to get it to Connor. Now she goes to the other side, though, to her left, where Mactoon is. Mactoon gives it back to Quinn. 3 ball over Alexander. No good, but it's Glaser who ends up with the rebound, and it's out of bounds. It's going to stay with LaSalle.
Yeah, bad positioning there from Jalissa Molina there, the 6'2" forward. Unfortunately, she ran up too quick, and that gave LaSalle another offensive rebound, which they're already leading significantly in this game.
It's going to be Connor to inbound it on the far side, right in front of her own bench. Gets it in for Mactoon. Eris Mactoon driving in on Cedeno and getting it to go off the glass, swirling in.
Yeah, it's just an example of breaking down a freshman, targeting one of their youngest players.
Turner, quick pull-up jumper, no good. Not the best decision there made by Turner either, the sophomore, because she just could have held it for 1. Instead, it's LaSalle and Mountain McElvary's squad that's going to do that. Up by 2, 10 seconds left, shot clock turned off. Quinn at the top of the key, driving to the right side, fading away. Shot no good. Offensive rebound is put back in. Elisa Glaser sweeps the floor, and LaSalle has a 4-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. We'll take a break and be back here for the last quarter of action here in Big 5 play between Temple and LaSalle. Not a good showing in the third quarter for the Owls. They get outscored 21-9. LaSalle made 7 more shots from the field in that quarter. Jake, what did you see from Temple that literally the exact opposite of what we saw in the previous one right before halftime.
Yeah, the momentum completely changed. I mean, going into the half, I said Temple's got to keep LaSalle away from that 10-point area. But unfortunately, LaSalle is now up by 4, and it's been the offensive rebounds. 14-6, LaSalle is outscoring them in that category. And I think just from that third quarter, it shows the inexperience that the Temple team has with how young they are.
Oliver East. Gary back on the floor, and she has her first make of the afternoon, huge. And it cuts the lead to 1.
That's huge.
Tariana Gary.
Gary, entering this game, is one of their top scorers, so the fact that it took her that long to finally score her first 3 of the game is very, very good for LaSalle.
It's Gary, Molina, East, Taylor, and Oliver, the 5 on the floor for Diane Richardson's squad. 51-50 here in the fourth quarter. Driving in is DeLabia, and she gets fouled by Tiara East.
She was trying to hit the reverse on that one, and I almost jumped out of my seat because that would have been very, very nice.
For Tiara East, that is her 3rd foul. Tristan Taylor is out on the floor. She has 4, so she especially has to be careful here.
I wonder how fast Coach Richardson's going to go into her bench here, because her bench has been the reason they've really been so offensive this game. So I wonder when she pulls the trigger and bring it in, and it looks like she might be going to the bench fairly soon here.
DeLabia misses the first free throw. The second one is up and short, rebounded by Tiara East. It looked like she got hit in the eye. Might have done a little bit of a sell job there, Jake. That was right in front of us. I didn't see Eris Mactoon's hand kind of hit her, but East sold it like she did, and the official on the far side blew her whistle.
Yeah, well, it gives Temple time to sub here as Rivera's back in the game after that injury that she suffered in the first half. But, I mean, the free throws are going to be the reason LaSalle loses this game. 25% shooting from free throw. I mean, that's insane.
Tariana Gary with the ball. Drops it down low for Rivera. Trying to force it in, no good. And it's Connor who ends up with it. Ashley Connor driving in.
Don't give her space.
Tiara East guarding her. Connor on the near side wing. Looking up, trying to see if anyone's open. Gives it over to Quinn. Down low for DeLabia, and she walked.
Travel.
Yep. Good call there by the official right in front of it. Saw Mackenzie DeLabia walk with it. And Temple takes over, trailing by 1 point.
Yeah, I mean, going into this game, both teams struggled with efficiency, but when you have free throws, you got to be able to make them. And when you're shooting 25% from the free throws, they would be up probably by 10 at the moment.
Tariana Gary, her 3 is off the mark. Rebounded by Connor. Good behind the back move there as Anissa Rivera tried to take it away. Able to fend her off. Now here's Mactoon, or Magaso, excuse me. Down low, gives it in for DeLabia, working East, fades away, trying to bank it off the backboard. Too strong, and it's East who comes away with it. Trying to go coast to coast. Tiara East slows things down, gives it over to Rivera on the far side. East, corner 3, too strong. It was airballed, and then Jalissa Molina got to it, but I think it's going to be out of bounds off of Molina.
I think East might be trying to get into the mode of being the number 1 on this team, because she had a wide open Molina down low on that transition defense there, and unfortunately she took the shot instead and airballed, which is just not what you want if you're Coach Richardson. So hopefully Tiara East can still look towards her teammates and not have tunnel vision going forward.
Armendariz, who just checked in, gets it down low for Magesa, and she banks it in down low.
Yeah, that was a very nice shot. Down low, once again, is where Temple's really getting beat.
Tristan Taylor driving in on the left side over Connor, no good. Gary gets the offensive rebound, and she gets it to fall through. 1 point game again.
I think Gary has got to have a very, very big fourth quarter here, because she was held quiet up until now, and hopefully she can come back and help the offense here.
Joan Quinn with the ball at the top of the key. Being guarded by Tristan Taylor. She gets it to Connor. Connor.
I mean, if you're LaSalle, you want Connor with the ball. She's been one of your best players all season long.
Gives it back to Quinn. Quinn with 5 seconds. She's got to go. Spin move, and she gets fouled. If it's Tristan Taylor, it's her 5th. We'll see who they call it on. It's on Jalissa Molina, and she's going to check out with her first foul of the afternoon as Amaya Oliver checks back in for her.
Yeah, and like you said, it's Taylor's 5th. I wonder how long until Richardson doesn't want her to potentially commit her 6th. So definitely look to see. She got 4. Okay, in that case, she can stay out for a little bit longer. But once she gets that 5th, then look for her to potentially be subbed out.
5 fouls in college basketball as the first free throw is made there by Joan Quinn.
Yeah, I wonder how long until Taylor gets taken out, or she might play until she fouls out. I wonder what the thought process is for Coach Richardson.
So Quinn makes them both. 3 minutes gone by, a 3-point lead for the Explorers. Trying to remain undefeated at home here in the early season. They're 3-0 here at the new John Glaser Arena that was under construction over the offseason, and Temple missed the shot. It goes out of bounds, but it's going to stay with the Owls. Tiara East is going to inbound it from underneath her own basket. East looking for Gary. Gary swings it to Rivera on the wing. Drops it off for East, trying to get it down low for Oliver, but she couldn't catch the basketball cleanly. Taken away by Connor. Connor driving in on East. She gets called for an offensive foul. Tiara East doing the dirty work down low. Gets the offensive foul call, and Temple takes over.
Yeah, it seemed like Connor did too much there. She had the open shot when she did the Euro step, but then she like leaned in just one more time after she did that Euro step, and unfortunately for her, it was called an offensive foul.
Kayla Turner, the Owls' leading scorer this afternoon with 13, checks in for Tristan Taylor, who has 4 fouls. Turner trailing by 3, dancing around with Mactoon, driving in, dumped it down low for Rivera, who wasn't even really expecting it. She dropped the pass originally, thought Turner was going to go up for it, but it's going to get Turner an accredited assist and Rivera the bucket.
That's what happens when you're a playmaker.
3-ball Pisholak, you bet. Anna Pisholak, her second 3 of the afternoon. Both of them have been big ones. This one gets the lead back up to 4, but Tiara East right back over Pisholak.
Yeah, this is setting up for a very fun finish, but it looked like Taylor got taken out to try to avoid that 5th foul and replaced here by Kayla Turner. So
foul there on Tiara East.
It took Coach Richardson about 5 minutes to dip into the bench here, so let's see if the bench stays out there for the remainder of this game.
Quinn inbounding it from underneath her own basket on the near side. Good pass down low. Mactoon could not finish again. LaSalle struggling to finish from just underneath their own basket. Here's Turner driving in, fading away in front of the free throw line. It's good. Kayla Turner matches her Temple career high with 15. Ties things up. Just over 5 minutes left to play here from John Glaser Arena.
If Turner keeps playing like this, Coach Richardson has no option but to start her going for the next game. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't if she's really helping out the offense this much. 15 points in back-to-back games.
Quinn driving in, good hands there by Rivera, and the ball goes out of bounds off of Quinn. Owls take over, and we'll take a break here. All knotted up at 58 at John Glaser Arena. Less than 5 minutes left to play. Don't go anywhere here on WHIP. If you don't like Big Five basketball, what are you doing now listening to this? Myself, Hayden Bandel, alongside Jake Holtzauer. We've got a good one winding down here at LaSalle. Temple knotted up with the Explorers, trying to clinch their spot in the Big Five Classic Championship game at Villanova next weekend. Kayla Turner with the ball for Temple, gives it to Anissa Rivera. Turner down low. Amaya Oliver working it. Foul is called, or excuse me, it's going to be a traveling violation on Amaya Oliver.
That's rough because she made that shot too, so that sucks for Temple. So they're going to have to try to play good defense here to keep it knotted up at 58.
Temple applying a little bit of pressure defensively. Eris Mactoon. Mactoon driving in. She's been the leading scorer today for LaSalle with 12 points. Gives it up for Connor. Ashley Connor. Driving in over Oliver. Gets it to go. Her first bucket of the second half. Regains the lead for LaSalle. Quickly the other way go the Owls. Driving in. Layup no good. Missed by Savannah Curry. Temple stays with it though. Gary. Her mid-range jumper no good. Curry gets the offensive rebound. A third try. Gets it to go. Savannah Curry knocks things up at 60. Under 4 to play.
And that's what happens when you get offensive rebounds, which hasn't really been the case for Temple all game long. But 3 offensive rebounds, you can keep chucking up shots, and that is why this game is tied at 60 right now.
Quinn gives it over to Mactoon for Pishalak. Back to Magesa. Magesa driving in with the right hand floater was short. Oliver gives it to Turner. Turner driving in. She falls to the floor. No whistle blown. Quinn comes up with it. Joan Quinn driving in over Rivera. Gives it down low for Pishalak.
Oh.
Her shot is denied by Oliver. LaSalle sticks with it. And it goes out of bounds. Tristan Taylor going to come back in with her 4 fouls, along with Jalissa Molina in for Turner and Oliver.
Whoa, very interesting choice from Richardson to get rid of your highest scorer of the day, Turner, in this situation. Why do you think she made that decision, Hayden?
I think she just wants to go see from her defensive end. She wants to see more out of there, right, Jake? This is LaSalle team coming into the afternoon. Really not a good shooting percentage team, 34%. But today, just as a team, when we look at them overall, they're shooting almost 40%. So 6 ticks higher than what they are used to shooting. And I think that's part of what Temple's defense has allowed them. And that's why they want to see Tristan Taylor get in there, maybe try and just make some plays for herself as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I mean, Turner, 15 points, the only player on this Owls team with double-digit points at the minute. The second leading scorer is East with only 9. But it's just very interesting to see that the #1 scorer on the team might not even be on the court for the last 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and I think eventually she'll come back in. I wouldn't be surprised if Diane Richardson kind of every whistle switches them out, whether it's for offense or for defense.
Very interesting. But I mean, going back to that last offensive possession for Temple before this timeout was called, Turner did seem to slip underneath the basket. They did have the one of the floor crew guys come out and try to dry up that spot over there. But unfortunately, Turner did slip from the court, which is why LaSalle ended up with the ball right now.
So it'll be Magesa, Mactoon, Quinn out on the floor along with Connor for LaSalle. For Temple, it's Rivera, Curry, Molina, Taylor, and Gary, the 5 on the floor for the Owls. Mactoon gives it over for a made jumper made by Magesa. LaSalle retakes the lead.
And right now, Taylor's bringing it up, but I mean, this could be Turner in this situation. 3 minutes left, you got to put her on the court, I feel like.
Tristan Taylor gets the screen from Rivera to her right that she uses. Now has a mismatch. Driving in, kicking it out to Curry. Curry driving in, kicks it out to Gary. Good ball movement here by the Owls. Tristan Taylor answers on the mid-range jumper to knock things up. 62-62, 2.5 left to play.
She must have heard me talking about her because that's a big shot to make here in this game.
Connor driving in on Rivera, fading away with the right hand. No good. Fight for the rebound. It comes all the way out to the 3-point mark. Malin McAvery's yelling to call timeout, and I think they're going to grant it to him. Pishalak fell on the floor to grab it. Unreal. Temple had it in Anissa Rivera's hand, and then just at the last moment, it was poked out from behind. A fight for it. And it's the Explorers that pounce on the floor and grab it.
That was a great called timeout there, because it seemed like if that timeout wasn't called, it would have been a jump ball turnover for Jalissa Molina, who was on the ground fighting for the ball. But unfortunately for Temple,
and it would have went Temple's way too, because Temple has the arrow pointing their way.
Absolutely. So it's a great call timeout from LaSalle's coach to be able to call it right before the ball would have been turned over, because Molina was looking at the ref asking, like, what are you doing? I have the ball. So it's going to be very interesting here.
With 2 minutes, 17 seconds left, things are tied up. LaSalle's going to have 20 seconds on the shot clock. Same 5 out there on the floor for the Explorers. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see who Coach Richardson sends out here. Is it going to be the same 5 or a different one? We're about to find out right now. It's going to be different. Tiara East is back in. The rest of them are still the same, though, with Taylor, Curry, Gary, and Rivera. Connor to inbound on the far side, right in front of her own bench. Gets it in for McToon. McToon quickly driving in, and she gets the bucket to go. Count it, and the foul. Eris McToon gives LaSalle the lead and an opportunity for an and one. Yeah, I mean, free throws have been a struggle all game here for LaSalle, but if this free throw hits, it's going to definitely hurt Temple, because they're going to be down by 3 now. McToon 2 of 4 from the line, trying to give LaSalle a 3-point lead. She misses it. The rebound is swallowed up by Rivera. Just like I said, the free throws might come back to haunt them, which they will if they were to lose this. Here's Curry, Savannah Curry to Gary for the lead. She's fouled and won. Terriana Gary gives Temple the lead, and she's gonna go to the free throw line for another one. Unbelievable. She fell to the floor. She started kicking her legs when she made it, just out of pure excitement. I mean, Hayden, my jaw dropped. That is the clutchest shot Tiana Gary has ever hit in her entire career in this big game to potentially send them further into the Big East tournament. Oh my goodness, what a shot from Gary. Terriana Gary now at the free throw line. Cannot convert the 4-point play, but Tiara East, I think she got fouled trying to get the rebound, and she did. So Temple's gonna stay with the basketball. Wow, that one shot from Tiana Gary can give them about 5 points here. I mean, that's an amazing play from Gary, and then to get fouled on that rebound is very clutch here for Temple to extend this lead. Tristan Taylor inbounding beneath her own basket, gets it in for Gary. Gary couldn't get the jumper to go right away, and it's out of bounds off of Temple. LaSalle takes over. Temple really needed that rebound there, or at least to not touch that ball and make LaSalle get it out of bounds, because now LaSalle with the ball is only down by 1. Armendar is going to check in for Anna Pishalak. And it's going to be Armendar to inbound the ball. Temple applying a little bit of pressure full court. Under 2 minutes left to play. Owls up by 1. And I think a water bottle just fell onto the floor. There's a bunch of children sitting courtside. Interesting. So we got a whistle from that. I wonder if that's going to play into the final at all. Could have stopped the momentum. Armendar is going to inbound it again. Savannah Curry all up in front of her. Gets it in for Quinn, who's being defended by East. Quinn gives it for Armendariz. Armendariz back to Quinn at the top of the key. Now driving in. She lost the ball. Connor has it, and she called timeout with both of her knees on the floor. Ashley Connor, high IQ play. She knew she was going to have a tough decision to make with the basketball, so she decides to use LaSalle's third timeout. So they only have one more remaining with 1:41 left to play, trailing by 1. Yeah, that's a heads-up play from Connor there, because if she passed it out from the ground, she definitely could have increased the chance of Temple stealing that ball. So Connor, 13 seconds here on the shot clock, but I mean, a heads-up play from Connor, which, I mean, she really has stood out as the leader of this team so far.
Not many players are allowed to call the timeouts in that situation.
Same 5 out there on the floor for LaSalle. Quinn out there with Pishalak, Mactoon, Connor, and Magesa.
Connor, the redshirt sophomore. Thought she was definitely older by the way that she plays.
Same 5 out there on the floor for the Owls as well. Down low for Mactoon. She gets denied by Rivera. Anissa Rivera, her second block of the game, keeps the lead at 1.
And Rivera's not even happy with that because she thought that it came off the LaSalle player's hand to go out of bounds.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Quinn inbounding it beneath her own basket on the near side. Just throws it all the way back for Connor. She's going to have to make a move. Does she know it? With 3, with 2. Connor falls to the floor. Just had to throw it up. She nearly got it to go. Falling to the floor.
Oh my goodness.
But it only hit the backboard, and it's a shot clock violation. Great job by the Owls defense to take over.
I don't know about you, Hayden, but I thought that was going to fall, and I thought I was about to see the best shot I've ever seen in my entire career.
That would have been unreal. 1:20 left to play. Temple up by 1 against LaSalle, and Quinn gets called for a foul as Tristan Taylor was just handing it off to Terriana Gary. Quinn tried to get her arm in there.
Yeah, it looks like LaSalle's going to try to play very sticky defense.
Mountain McElvary not happy with that. Had Quinn run over to her and just started yelling at her. And now for the Explorers, Peshalak checks out. Armendariz checks back in as Terriana Gary heads to the free throw line. Her first one is up and good for Terriana Gary to give Temple a 2-point lead. 1:18 left.
It seems like this game's going to come down to the free throw percentage because 60% here for Temple and only 33 for Salle.
Terriana Gary now has 10 points all in this second half. 3-point lead for the Owls. Under 1:20 left to play. Quinn to Mactoon. Gets it down low from Magesa. Driving in. She had 3 Owls around her, but she doesn't care. Gets the lead back down to 1. Taylor will slow things down. 60 seconds left to play from John Glaser Arena. Taylor milking the clock. If Temple milks it all the way towards the end, there will be about 34-ish seconds for LaSalle.
They still got to put up a
Taylor
shot, though.
Driving in, giving it to East. Tiara East with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Gives it to Gary. Her shot falls in. Terriana Gary gives Temple a 3-point lead. 39 seconds left to play. Here's Quinn. Does LaSalle call timeout? Doesn't look like it. Mactoon guarded by Gary. On the baseline, near side. Driving in, passes it, and it goes out of bounds. Temple takes over.
They're going to have to foul now. Yeah,
Mactoon was trying to get it down low for Magesa. They weren't on the same page, and the ball rolled right to the LaSalle bench. Owls take over with the 3-point lead, and the shot clock turned off.
That's insane. LaSalle is going to have to foul here to get the ball back, which means they're going to have to, again, make it a free throw game.
Yep.
Temple has to make at least one of these free throws to push the lead to 4 points. It's insane how much of a difference free throws can make in a game, especially here in this one. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I think Gary activated takeover on that one because she is insanely good here in the fourth quarter.
We'll see who Temple decides to send out onto the floor. Their best free throw shooter for Temple is by far Anissa Rivera, shooting it at 81% on the season. Today, Anissa Rivera from the charity stripe hasn't gone there yet. So we'll see if they kind of want someone to go there today that has already, or if they just want to kind of take it with their best free throw shooter.
Yeah, it seems like their best free throw shooters here on the team, the best 5 you could possibly put out there, is mostly their starters that they started out with today. So you might just see the starters come out, and whoever gets the ball has to at least make one free throw to put it out of reach for LaSalle to really start sweating.
Gary, Rivera, Taylor, Turner, and East are the 5 on the floor for the Owls. It's going to be Tiara East to inbound it.
Yeah, everybody on the court for Temple here is shooting above 60% from 3, which is good.
East going to inbound it right in front of her own bench. Terriana Gary is all the way at back court. They get it into Kayla Turner.
Gonna have to foul.
Turner, they're good. Yeah, they're right. You're going to have to foul, and they take about 5 seconds off the clock from 24.6 to 19.7. Kayla Turner, she's had herself quite the afternoon. The leading scorer for the Owls with 15 points, shooting at 50% from the field, and she's 2 of 2 today from the free throw line, and even just one could almost put this away. First one gets it to go. It looked like it was coming off the rim, but it bounced right back in. Owls up by 4 under 20 seconds. Turner's second one is up and good. Timeout, LaSalle trailing by 5 with under 5 seconds. And as long as you play things cleanly here, Temple, you're going to the Big 5 Classic Championship game at Villanova next weekend.
Temple cannot afford to foul here because it gives LaSalle shots, free shots. But the thing here, it's a very interesting decision for LaSalle here. They can either hit a 3 and foul or hit a 2 and foul. So if I am LaSalle, I'm not sure what I really do. Their field goal percentage here, 40% from the field, 38% from 3. So honestly, I give Connor the ball and I tell her, just make the shot because they can still foul. Unfortunately, Temple shooting 71% from free throws here. Honestly, Temple, it wouldn't be a bad choice to foul because there's only 33%.
So the 5 out on the floor for Temple now is East, Curry, Rivera, Gary, and Taylor. And with Taylor out there, Jake, I'd assume that Temple's not going to play the foul just because why'd you have Tristan Taylor out there with her 4 fouls? So it looks like they're going to play it straight up. Mactoon inbounds it to Quinn. Quinn had a 3-ball look but didn't take it. He's trying to get down low. Pass inside, and it's a fight for the ball. The Owls take it away. Tristan Taylor has it. She's going to get fouled with 8.6 seconds left, up by 5, and that should just about do it. The Temple bench standing up, clapping their hands as Tristan Taylor will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, now Hayden, out of all the possibilities, all the scenarios that I ran through before that possession, the one thing I didn't mention, which is the worst possible thing you could do, is turn the ball over, and that is exactly what LaSalle did.
And it gives Temple an opportunity to extend the lead. Tristan Taylor gets the free throw to bounce home. 6-point Owls lead. 8.6 seconds left to play. Taylor's second one is up and good.
All LaSalle needed to do was to put up points, and they turned the ball over.
All cosmetic at this point as Quinn's jumper just about 2 feet out is good. Rivera inbounds it to Taylor. Taylor will let the clock run out, and that does it. The Temple Owls fly into LaSalle and take down the Explorers at home for the first time all season and punch their ticket to the Big 5 Classic Championship game next weekend at Villanova University. Unreal win by the Owls. Gutsy win, especially the way that they came out at halftime.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we said going into this game, it will be a defensive battle between both teams, and it was. LaSalle, down by 8 going into halftime, came back with a very good game plan and scored a lot in the third quarter. And unfortunately for them, Temple came back in the fourth while they were down and finally got the lead after it was tied for a very long time in the fourth quarter, and Temple, after getting the lead, did not look back. And LaSalle, even though they were in that 10-point territory, unfortunately did not come away with the win here, and it's good that Temple is now going to the Big East Championship.
And your Big 5 championship, that's right, and your player of the game is Kayla Turner. 17 points, shooting it 50% from the field, made all 4 of her free throws, only 2 turnovers in 21 minutes of action. She was unreal for Diane Richardson's squad today.
Absolutely. I mean, her new season high here. And honestly, Hayden, I have a question to ask you now. Is Turner pushing to start next game? What do you think?
I think she's definitely in talk for the consideration, the way that she played, but also I think it's a weapon to have for Diane Richardson, just to have 17 points come off of the bench.
I mean, the bench scoring was huge for the Owls here in this game. I mean, they outscored LaSalle's bench significantly. LaSalle seems to be a starter-dominant team where their bench, when they come in, they're just trying to hold defensively. So it seems like Temple's bench is the strength for them this season.
Yep, Kayla Turner outscored the entire LaSalle bench in just 21 minutes of action off of the bench herself. And that is going to wrap things up from John Glaser Arena. Your final, the Temple Owls 73, LaSalle Explorers 68. Temple will be back in action next weekend for the Big 5 Classic Championship game at Villanova. For myself, Hayden Bandel, my partner, Jake Holzhauer, thank you for tuning in to this WHIP broadcast, and we will see you guys soon. Take care and have a great week.